Hi, everybody, and well, as we know, of course, the election is coming up, and as most of you probably want to do, I want to exercise my right to vote. And I just wanted to cover in my problem with this mail-in ballot canvassing, in which I am received here. Now, I'm actually kind of surprised that they actually mailed it to me and didn't keep it from me. Regardless of which way that you're voting, I think that this canvassing is a problem. And I'm going to show you some of the things I found with this. I have already opened it and all. Now, I am used to absentee ballots because I'm a veteran and I had to vote absentee many times. With those, I actually requested that a ballot be mailed to me, and I filled it out and sent it. Obviously, in certain times I was serving overseas or I was serving in other states other than my home state, for the state elections and all, and also for federal or presidential elections, since you couldn't be there, especially when I was overseas. It would be very difficult. But that's a whole nother story. Here the problem is that everybody who's registered will receive this packet, and it comes with a little bit of an instruction and all, and this looks suspiciously like an absentee ballot. Here's where I run into the big problem now. If you go over this over here, one of the things it says, though, that I do hereby certify, subject to the penalties for fraudulent voting, that I am the person who applied for the enclosed ballot. Well, I just want you to know I did not apply for this. So I don't know how I can sign this and certify underneath the penalties of fraudulent voting. So if I sign this and I mail it in, I am violating this certification. And that would basically, I would say, that would invalidate my vote, whomever I voted for. Now, other people have told me, well, you could just cross out this part of applied for the ballot. Well, I don't believe you can do that because you're altering the document. They would then again find another way. Now, some people say that, oh, well, that's just leading more into it and not trusting the balloters. Well, we don't know who's counting these things and who's taking them in. They could be a Democrat canceling out your Republican vote. It could be a Republican canceling out your Democrat vote. The problem here is that no matter what you do in this situation, you can't honestly sign this certificate, because if you sign it the way it is, you didn't apply for it. So you've done fraudulent voting. If you canceled it out, you've altered the document, invalidating the document and thusly invalidating your vote. So I then said, well, I didn't really plan on doing a mail-in anyhow. And I didn't. I was going to go to my voting center because I was told that the voting center is going to be open. I just recently found out, though, that my right to vote in person has actually been canceled in my state. What I'm saying is that I was told that if I go in there, that the mail-in vote was going to have precedence, and all I could do is what was called a provincial vote, and after they determined the mail-in votes were counted, if my vote wasn't there, then they would allow my in-person vote to count. Now, I didn't think that that's the way it should be. So I think that they're going through every way that they can to stymie and stuff up the votes. Uh, yes, they could do some of these things for absentee ballots in which you request them. There's no denying that there's been some problems with that. But the point is, with an absentee ballot, I could honestly sign this because I would have applied for it. I did not apply for this. How can I sign it underneath the penalties for fraudulent voting? That I am the person who applied for the enclosed ballot. I marked and sealed this ballot. Well, I would have done all of these. and certificate in secret. Well, I don't know. What do you call in secret? Why do I have to do this in secret? What if I want to sign it in public? I mean, what if I had a bunch of people around me while I was doing it? Does that invalidate this? This is ridiculous. That's why in-person voting would have been the simplest thing there. I go, validate myself on the registry. They check my name. They check my identification. They let me vote. No problem. Anyway, that's my view on this canvassing of everybody on the registries, regardless of who you're going to vote for. I don't care if you're going to vote Democrat, if you're going to vote Republican. This puts a problem on you voting, whoever you want to vote for, even if you want to do a write-in. It doesn't matter, because you didn't apply for it. Or maybe you did. If you did, fine. Then sign it. But I can't, because I didn't apply for it. I'm not going to commit fraud. That's it. Anyway, you have a nice day. I hope you enjoy this video. And go out and try to vote in person.